I was nominated to speak on behalf of the whole crew here, and I just want to say, first of all, the words from Mandy Vaughn from before, how spot on. What an amazing couple of years when it comes to human spaceflight and everything that's being accomplished now in commercial, in the commercial space industry. Really incredible. It gives so much excitement and hope for what the future holds. And we were really a very, very small part of that with Inspiration4. We're grateful to be here, and also to everyone that made it possible. As everyone knows, there's literally thousands of people behind putting together a human spaceflight mission to bring it through planning and safe launch and coming home. So we owe great thanks to everyone that made that possible. Look, it's really all in the name and inspiration. Something I know everyone who's associated here with Space and Rocket Center, Space Camp Aviation Challenge can appreciate. We set out to send an inspiring message, what could be possible in the future, what we could accomplish in space, in the world we're all excited to live in for tomorrow, but also what we can accomplish here on Earth as well. I know all of that is shared by Space Camp and the Space and Rocket Center. So we set out a number of really ambitious objectives as part of our overall goal of inspiration. Let's start right with an incredible crew. So gotta brag on everybody here a little bit. So Dr. Sian, Proctor, you heard it before, but geoscientist, scuba diver, Civil Air Patrol, pilot, analog astronaut, poet, artist, NASA runner-up in 2009, never gave up on her dream and became an astronaut in Inspiration4, along with being the first black female pilot of a spacecraft. Pretty awesome. Hayley Arceneaux, who is our medical officer, you saw her very inspiring story. Childhood cancer survivor, first childhood cancer survivor to go to space, first with a prosthesis. Didn't want to grow up to be an astronaut, wanted to grow up, live her dream, be a medical professional, help other kids in the same fight that she went through, but did become an astronaut, did become a very successful medical officer on a mission, putting her skills to test, along the way becoming the youngest American in orbit. Pretty cool. And, Chris Sembroski, obviously great love of space, going way back all the way to being a space camp counselor, right? But it didn't end there. He served his country in the Air Force, worked on some pretty large rockets, lobbied for what would ultimately become a commercial space industry, so playing his part, and ultimately a story that played out with him going into space one day. And really lived up to the generosity name in multiple ways as part of Inspiration4. It went beyond the crew. You saw St. Jude Children's Research Hospital was such a big part of it. We set a very ambitious goal to raise a lot of funds for a very important cause here on Earth, because you have to do both. You have to address some of the issues that we have here on Earth if we're going to someday have a colony on Mars, journey into space, have hundreds, thousands of people. We went to a higher altitude than we went before, not just because it was different, but because it fulfilled that inspiring note that we're going to go past the space station, past the Hubble, because of all the exciting missions to come, right? Which is going back to the moon and getting to Mars and beyond. And maybe one of the most important elements of our mission, besides science, research, other things, was to get it right. For all the exciting missions to come, so it's not just, so space doesn't just remain the domain of the few, but for the many, right? And I think Mandy said it well, that we're on a fantastic trajectory towards that. And what I know is the many are probably beginning their journeys right here at Space Camp. So there's a few of us that have been fortunate enough to come through this program to go into space, but there's going to be hundreds and thousands more. And how exciting is it to think about that? And that's on the horizon. So I'm sure the music is coming any second now, but what I will say is we've taken our role very seriously as part of Inspiration4 to carry that inspiring message, and we're going to do so now and continue to do so going forward, representing Space Camp as well, and hope to inspire many, many future astronauts, engineers, scientists, and all in the STEM field to come. Thank you so much.